hello. It is stream day. Oh, where am I? Where am I? Hello? Oh, there I am. Oh, goodness. Hello, welcome. Today is art. Yeah, I was thinking of that version of the song, that version of Stardust Speedway, and I was like, which version is it? It's the one from Sonic Mania. It's like, talk about smooth jazz Sonic. But hi, welcome. So, yeah, when I am doing sketching, it does look like this. Hopefully I have the very rough sketch. Sometimes I have body models to help posing, and then sometimes I will pull up a real-life picture. I don't know if you could see it. Sometimes I will use a real-life pictures reference, like that. Yeah, it's in the corner. Sometimes I will use concept art in the corner, like that. And, so, yeah. So it's a mixture of all kinds of things, and, by the end of the stream, I'm not gonna have, like, anything completed, but what I will have complete is a full page of sketched work that I can then later ink. Also, I'm trying to get a lot better at putting my dialogue in, so I know how much room I'm working with. That way I don't, like, overdraw a panel, and then I get to it and I end up having to cover all of the panel, which I've done before. So this is usually what I get from a body model. I usually do not use the body model again. And what I'll be looking at now is for the character, right? So this is going to be Blake doing a facepalm, which I don't know how many episodes ago. I swear he did a facepalm before, and I feel like I had so much trouble with it that time. But I think we'll be in better shape this time. I have gotten better at drawing. The last time I did a facepalm was, I think, episode 3? I don't know. Other thing I might be referring to is the page before, but since I'm on stream now, I'm trying not to refer to it, just so I can keep things kind of a secret. But, I don't know. If it gets to, like, I don't even remember what his shirt looked like, I may go and reference it. Because especially if I get to the ink stage later, and some of the details look super different from the last one, I'm gonna be so mad at myself. I'll be like, I get to the ink phase, I'm like, well, okay, in this panel he had buttons, and then in the next page he doesn't have buttons, so which is it? And so then I have to make a decision in the ink phase, where I should have kind of like clued myself in this stage, but that's okay. Now, I do remember I gave, for this, this is gonna end up being a flashback, and I will make that clear, like, in the titling later, like when we get to the lettering phase. But, you know, right now, since we're just sketching, it's not as important. But we got our grungy. Oh, what else is coming back? Ha ha ha! For this episode, is plaid. the plaid flannel shirt that I think I had Blake in the first 2 episodes? I don't know. Like, the plaid flannel is supposed to be, like, a staple. It's supposed to be, like, Blake's uniform, so to speak. Not really, but he likes wearing that flannel. But I just kind of got tired of putting it on everything, so I was like, I'll take a little break from it. He can wear something different, but now I miss it, so He's definitely gonna be back in that flannel this time. Now, sometimes I will reference the body model to see where it thinks shadows should be, and sometimes I agree with that information, and sometimes I don't, but it does kind of help me recontextualize where I want to maybe put things. Shirt here. Now his face is going to be down here, so his hairline, I drew his hairline ahead of time, so I wouldn't have a problem with that later. Also, if I sound like kind of congested today, it's because I'm out of one of my medicines, so I will probably be sniffing a lot. So please bear in mind. That's why I'm so sniffly. All right, I think on the last page, I think I gave him like hair tie bracelet, pretty sure. So we're gonna go ahead and add that back in. But yeah, this so this script I was noticing, I actually started writing it last year. So that's how much time passes between me writing this and making the comic, which is good. This means I still have lots of comic to go. So it was like 2023 when the script had, I guess I had done a version of the script, and then like the final save was in 2024, so I was like, dang, had this one for a while. I'm always excited to show off the next episode. So I like to have my scripts in the back. I like to have them ready. I at least like to have, once the first half of the chapter is done, I'd like to at least have the next script for the next whole chapter ready. So there's still a lot of time for me to finish next script. And next script is gonna be kind of weird because it's definitely not gonna have the same format as the last, what is gonna be. It will not have the same format as chapters 1 through 8. So it's gonna start getting even more crazy, I would say. But I was talking a little bit before about how I had originally predicted there would be 13 total chapters for RE Witchblade. But since I kind of want to do a little more with like the characters interacting with each other and like just having more like side story content to like flesh out characters. Since I'm deciding to do that, I'm thinking it's gonna actually be more like 16 chapters, but we'll see. Like I said, when I start writing it, then I have a better idea. So I'm still gonna estimate 13 to 16 chapters. But yeah, you can kind of see here how much like a body model really speeds up the process, right? So if you're kind of struggling with like where would the hand go, or you know, in relation to here and here, you know, help speed that thought process up. And it's not doing the work for me, it's just there as a placeholder. So I can get a better sense of space, and so it won't feel like everything's just floating in the air. Because, sometimes things can, when you're not, like, grounding your characters, you're not doing as much backgrounds, which I am very susceptible to since I hate drawing backgrounds. I'm very susceptible to like having a lot of my characters just look like they're floating in nebulous space, and I like to try and avoid that now. Especially since I'm like, how many chapters in? 8 chapters in now, right? With this. So I'm like 8 chapters in, and I wanna avoid like just nebulous spaces. Even when like I sometimes do a panel that's not super defined, I do want the viewer to kind of have an idea of where the heck we are. Alright. So that's a good rough sketch. You can kind of see that he's got his head in his hands. I may want to do some like lines like that. Some like shaking lines. Whoa. Okay. So rough sketch the body model here. So yeah, all business Mena-Frog. I haven't really been able to play too many video games. Like I said, I played a little bit of Final Fantasy VII. And it's getting harder to avoid things because people are like they're all finished with the game now. And I guess they feel it's been long enough. People are talking about it now. I'm like, please, I'm not even close to done. So I guess I know how it feels. Anyone who has to wait. Even with me getting the game to avoid spoilers, I still haven't been able to like play it the way I want to, because real life stuff. So, I'm trying to avoid those spoilers. And see, here's the problem, like, I should, when I see people, like, post Final Fantasy VII stuff, I should be like, ignore. But I can't help it. I don't want to ignore it. It looks, it's Final Fantasy VII stuff, so I can't not ignore it. So then, of course, then the little online algorithm's like, oh, you like Final Fantasy VII stuff? Let me show you all the spoilers from the game. And I'm like, no. Okay, so I think I had his head tilted back a bit. I try and not have him look so stiff here. Have his like face very exaggerated. I think that's what's gonna end up looking best in this part. But yeah, yesterday I ended up doing the gaming stream, which is the Mother 3 playthrough, and I do have that uploaded if you want to watch it that way. But I guess I'll talk about it a little bit. I don't know, I was struggling a little bit. I was at one point ready to start save scumming, which I've been trying to avoid. But I was talking about this a little bit when I played Earthbound. There are certain sections that are kind of mean if you're under-leveled. And I almost rage quitted at Moonside, the original Earthbound, because it's just so difficult. You kind of like in this game, in Mother 3, you do lose some party members from time to time. And those sections are almost certainly the hardest. And so while we didn't lose anyone, I mean, Duster's severely underleveled right now. Well, he was severely he's not anymore, but he was where we were. And so had to deal with a bit of that. And then on top of that, I was just relying way too much on PSI in the early part of the dungeon, the volcano dungeon, and so in the back half of the dungeon, we were just kind of like strapped for resources on top of having to do a boss fight. And it was just a situation, so I was like, okay. So then, of course, restarting the whole dungeon, is never fun, but, you know, it's a little bit easier since you know what to expect. And so I was trying to get better about, like, not using all my PSI resources on, like, you know, small moblets. So then it was like, I was trying not to use up the PSI, right? And then the game was just giving me the time of it. I was like, oh. It's like there was even a part where I was like, once you see the YouTube edit, it's gonna be interesting. So that on the YouTube edit, I even put like, I speed up the gameplay until I get my revenge. Cause it really does get that bad. I was like, oh, I hate this so much. I hate this part so much. Like I said, I was almost tempted to start save scumming. Back in my Earthbound days. But yeah, anyway. But it turned out fine. I got to the next part, and Mother 3 will continue next Friday. Alright, so I get to do a silly expression here. My faves, I love doing those. Which way is the ear facing here? Oh, it is facing out. Okay. Thought it would be that, like, weird kind of, like, side shape. Let's face out here. And now we gotta draw hair. The thing I'm not sure I want to do is, can maybe do like Blake's shadow here. I may decide when I get to inking that it looks too much like I'm trying to avoid drawing him, which I so if it does look too much like I'm trying to avoid drawing him, then I will probably go back and actually draw him there, but for now, I think it's fine. Oh yeah, introduction to... didn't even think of this. Introduction to Blake's dad, who, I don't know if we'll see him again. This, but, we introduce him via flashback. So you get to finally see one of his other parental. Okay, this should be on top, actually. Like, the jacket, yeah, the jacket should sit on top of the collar. Can you tell I haven't worn one of these? But the one time I did wear one, it was to cosplay as Doctor Who, so you know, my suit knowledge is very limited. Blake's dad, his features are supposed to look very similar to Blake except for his nose. More like his mom. And the more pronounced brow, which I feel like Blake will have in the future, but right now, since he is young, his features are softened. I also wanted to give his dad like a little mini rat tail. I thought that would make him kind of like, I don't know, it's a personality choice, I feel like, as well, to have like a rat tail hairstyle, so I feel like it says a bit about his personality as well. He sees himself as like the cool guy. Eternally the cool guy in his mind. Not giving up that role to any youngster. Prominent eye fold than Blake. Better draw that. I do want to put it at the edge here. Even though, you know, from a realistic standpoint, he should be looking more at the road, but, you know, roach mode, this is fiction. Diddy! What's up? Buenos days, yes. Buenos days indeed. Yeah, today is sketch day, so this is when I do all my BSing. No, it is usually more of the chill stream. I'm trying to get stuff together for my my show this weekend that I'm going to. But I always like to do these streams to help chill out a little bit, get a page done, and whatnot. So this is chapter. We're already on chapter 8. I know it's like, you know, it's been forever, but from an artist standpoint, I'm flying through this. We have a slightly younger version of Blake in this flashback. So not too many changes. It's not like baby Blake. It's not like those really older flashbacks of Kira where it's like baby Kira got like a slightly older, like, blacksmith here. But he's a little more, you know, his personality is a wee bit different. How do you actually pronounce that? Minutia? Minutia? But yeah, I just get too caught up in the minutia, so it's just like, it's good to stream. And I appreciate you stopping by. Quick question, when you're writing it, is it already written before you draw, or you write as the drawing goes? I actually plan it all out ahead of time, and I was talking about that actually an hour ago, how I write these. So I was laughing, this script, I started this script in 2023 and finished it at the beginning of 2024. So this script has kind of been in the can since then. So that's why I was so excited to get to the next chapter, because like, you know, I already have it written and I just want to share like what the next part of the saga is. Like I said, with each episode it gets like, it builds, it gets crazier and crazier. But yeah, so I had this one written technically complete in 2024, but I started it in 2023. And that's the reason why I can kind of predict how many more chapters I'm going to end up doing. So ideally I want to have the next chapter after this one written by the time, like, I want it completed by the time I get to, like, I release part 1 of chapter 8 on Webtoons. And that's how I've kind of been doing it. That's been my process so far. Sometimes I get it a little earlier, sometimes a little later. But yeah, technically chapter 9's being written right now. And like I said before, it's a really strange... It's going to diverge a bit from how I've been writing these chapters. So these chapters have kind of been doing this structure thing of like, you get a flashback and then you get the story. Because of how the story is going, chapter 9 will be the first chapter to diverge from that format, so I'm gonna save myself trouble later. Is Comic Palooza worth the investment? I don't know yet. That's probably a better question for someone else. This will be my first year doing Comic Palooza, which is going to be at the end of May if anyone's interested in going. It's probably one of the biggest events, biggest comic events at least, in Texas. Yeah, I think in Texas in general, but definitely in Houston for sure. Maybe not Texas in general, but it's one of the biggest comic events in Texas. Houston, Texas. And I will be there this year. I got in this year, so I'm really excited to show off the comic and that kind of stuff. The only thing I'm really worried about, and this is just a me thing, it may not end up being an issue. I really don't know what the crowd is gonna be like, and like just the amount of people that are gonna be there in general. But I am a little worried. I will divulge this to you, dear viewer. Yeah, my first time. So like I said, I've been wanting this because people told me last year. They kept telling me last year, you should be at Comic Palooza. I'm like, I know. It's just, it's hard to get in. And it's my first. It was my first year doing that full, doing comics full time. So, I just didn't know when to apply for things in general. But back to what my main concern is. So one concern I do have, which may or may not be a problem, I don't know yet because I haven't been there yet. The ticket prices are high. Just in general, they're just expensive. And so I'm just worried that by the time people get to me, they may not have any money left. They may not have any money left to spend on comics, Now maybe there's some, big bucks Jim who has enough for ticket prices, autographs, and how much art they possibly could ever desire. But I'm thinking like realistic, person who lives on a, month-to-month wage. And I'm seeing like these ticket prices, and I'm just a little worried. I'm just a little worried that the average person is gonna be like depleted of all their money by the time they get to me. But that's just a small concern I have. other than that, I think it'll be great in terms of like promoting my comic and just getting people to read it and see it, which is, you know, another reason why I do these conventions. You know, sometimes it will not be for the profit. It's more just like it, kind of like you were saying. Is it gonna be a worthwhile investment in that respect? I think so. I think having a lot of eyes on it is guaranteed. Maybe in 2027. You know what? It'd be wild, because like I'm hoping by 2027, yeah, I'll be either finished with RE Witchblade and doing the sequel, or I'll be doing a whole nother comic project by 2027. I think 24. Wait, 2024. 25. So I will have put out 6 more episodes by 2027, I'm assuming. So yeah, hopefully by 2027 it'll be like, that will be when RE Witchblade ends. That's wild to think about. And that's if I'm able to keep going the same pace I am now. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, right? So this is kind of like a very unstable situation I'm in right now, being able to do this. And so like, it could happen to where like things get so expensive and my situation changes and I'm not able to create the comic at the pace I am right now, and I have to put my energy into something else that will quote-unquote make more money, you know. And so I'm not gonna assume that I'll just be able to do this the same way for until 2027. But, you know, if I can. I'm gonna see how long I can get away with it. Nah. Taco streaming. Are you gonna get... If you could get Taco Bell to sponsor me, I will sell out. No, for real, actually, I jokingly say this, but also, if anyone can, like, alert Red Baron to my presence, I will happily shill for Red Baron. Red Baron, I will become a streamer shill just for you. My door is open. That is all. Now you want Taco Bell. See, I'm great at this. I am. They don't call me the food angel because I make food. They call me the food angel because I love talking about food, and I will make your food sound so good that everyone wants to try it. Unless your food isn't good, then I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not gonna lie about that. They're like, oh no, we want a liar. We want someone to lie about our food. I'm gonna give Blake sideways mouth. So yeah, but like for sure, if Red Baron was like, hey, do you want to shill? Do you want to sell out just to be a spokesperson for our pizza? I would say yeah. But I would have to see. Honestly, Taco Bell too. I'd have to see, because I have some mixed feelings about Taco Bell, just in general. Like, it's very dependent on who made it, what day I got it, like, what exactly am I getting, that kind of thing. One time, an IG ad of Little Caesars showed up on my feed, and I left a comment. Nobody wants your cardboard pizza. I mean, like I said, you are not wrong. It is cardboard pizza. But when you're hungry enough, even cardboard tastes great. How do you know what they asked you, how do you know what cardboard tastes like? Look, Look, if someone asks you that back, like, look, you gotta say sometimes the struggle is real, you know? Sometimes you just gotta eat cardboard. Just double down on the fact, like, yeah, I ate cardboard. What are you gonna do about it? Sometimes just double down. Yep. As a person who has had the displeasure of tasting cardboard at least once in their life, for real, I must agree about Little Caesar's Pizza, but also I do have to add sometimes that cardboard be hidden, you know? Sometimes I do want to eat that cardboard pizza if I'm hungry enough. That kind of reminds me, there was this poll going around on Tumblr, and I can't remember like the full gist of it, but there was one of the choices was like, would you eat like one worm every day for a year to earn like to get, and then at the end of the year you would get $1 million. And it was a bunch of other like options you could have picked from, but like no real worm, not gummy worm, real wriggling earthworm, right? The reason why it's stuck in my mind, I think I picked something else because I was like, I could say yeah, I would so-called eat a worm, but like some days my brain's weird and I get like really picky about things and I can't like, I can hardly eat anything except like one certain food. It's just like a brain thing, mind over matter sort of thing. And so, but I was dying laughing because the vast majority of people in that poll picked eating the not eating the gummy worm, eating the real worm for a year to get $1 million. And I was like, you know what? I would, but I know my body, and I bet you I'd be so close to the finish line. I would have eaten like this gross worm for like 6 months, and then I get to the 7th month and I just couldn't. I just couldn't pork it down anymore, you know? Now, there were no rules against, like, if you could grill it or anything, so, like, I don't know. If you're one of those people who could, like, if it's, like, grilled enough and smothered in barbecue sauce enough, you'll be able to eat it, maybe you'd be fine. I don't know. But I know for myself personally, like, it's definitely a mind over matter thing, so I forgot what I picked instead. It was like, I would only get $500,000, but I would only have to do it, like, for 1 month. But I couldn't remember, I can't remember what it was now. Have you ever seen the Mexican tequila with a worm inside? I think so. Because I used to watch Travel Network, and there was a show called like Andrew Zimmern Bizarre Foods, and I used to watch that, and I'm almost certain he did that once. Wasn't there one too? Wasn't there a drink as well that has like a dried snake in there? I feel like there's a drink with a dried snake. The one I most clearly remember from Bizarre Foods is when he went to the place, I think it was in Spain, but don't quote me on it. But it was like bull balls. I mean, it would make sense if it was in Spain, since they have like the bull, you know, I can't think of it now. Not bull fights, but you know, where they have like, they got the bull chasing the guy down the street. I can't think of it now. Every time I'm like trying to remember something, I'm like, you know the thing. this, like, face-on view. Oh, it looks pretty close. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Put a little, like, his not quite mustache. His, like, 5 o'clock shadow mustache shadow. Alright, good. I think that's a page. That's a page done. Can probably go to the next page. I don't have too much framework done for that one yet, but should be. Could at least get, like, 3 more panels done. Oh my god. Okay, so my dog, let me put a picture of him. This dog right here, just came in my room and, my mom had to take something from him. He had something he wasn't supposed to have. I have talked about before how he eats anything, right? Like, he is my, strangest dog so far, in which that he is literally a garbage disposal. None of my dogs have 100% been garbage disposals in the fact that they will eat borderline anything. He will eat anything. Leaves, grass, plastic, fuzz, things he's not supposed to eat. So sometimes you'll see him with, like, trash that he somehow got into that he's not supposed to have. And he will eat it like it's a good snack. Like, good snack. Also, he likes things that, like, my other dogs in the past would have never touched with a 10-foot pole. Like, spinach. Like, he loves eating just baby spinach. He's like, yeah, that's great. But then, like, actual dog food, like rawhide, okay, he's like, it's good, but, like, he gets so nervous with it that he ends up not eating it. So he will faster eat. He knows exactly what cardboard tastes like, basically. He will faster eat cardboard than he will eat a rawhide that is made for him, or a dog treat that is made for him. He's a strange little friend, but I love him. He's very sweet. With his hand not on the shift momentarily, and you can maybe assume that he thinks he's gonna be taking a curve soon, so that's what I'm just gonna assume here. But also, he's not looking at the road. Which, like I said, that's a me thing. Like, it kind of bothers me a little bit when it's a driving scene and they're, like, taking their eyes off the road too much. But I know from, like, I don't know, from, like, a storytelling standpoint, it's not that bad. But there are people like me who probably do notice that. Get the road! What are you doing? So yeah, if he looks away from the road too much, that maybe, I don't know, I may change things. I get the quick version of it done, because I only have like 2 minutes left. So I really want to get to that 3rd panel. I haven't done the dad's face though! Oh man, okay, well never mind. I think this will be it. Get to the 3rd panel, you mean draw dad's face in? Mario Galaxy. So many good stages. I'm gonna have to figure out what's the top. I'll leave that to future me to figure out. Try and draw that boyish face one more time before I end the stream. Yeah, as usual, as I'm getting to the end of the stream, I'll put my links, all my links in at the end, so if you want to check out my comic, you can find it. You can find it at the link I will post at the end of the stream. If you'd like to catch more of my art streams, I usually stream every Wednesday at 2. And as far as I know, the Wednesday streams are at least not going to change. The gaming streams are a little less, I guess. I don't have as stable of a day I'm going to do it, so... that one isn't as planned, but we definitely have art every Wednesday. So if you'd like to see more art, it'll be there. What else before I finish? Oh, I post most of my updates on Instagram, which will also be in the giant one link that I put everything in. I kind of want him to have like a very like large, like goofy anime type expression. Maybe like cat mouth. Just kind of cat mouth. Just this whole side of the face. It's just a facelift here. Just tends to happen with that side of the face because when you're sketching, you're like, actually, I don't know where the outer line is. Little sparkles here. Like I said, his dad I kind of imagine like his dad kind of sees himself as like the cool PK man that he was in the past. It hasn't quite registered to him that he's a dad. So, you know, in his mind he still sparkles. You know what? Maybe he does. Maybe to someone, definitely to the mom. He does, but like, you know, his son is so over it. Alright. I think that's it. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the art stream. It's me. The frog. It's me, Mina. Hi, welcome. I'm seeing there's, oh, thanks for the follow, Did You Draw Dude? Which, I think you got a new channel, right? And then, XXZOXX. Thank you for following. Oh my god, is that a Mina stream? Hey! Saren! Saren, you scamp. No, I mean, like, you know, normal day. This week, they will both be on normal days, so huzzah, huzzah. You saw, yeah, you weren't there, yeah, yep, But that, of course, like I said, that is fine. I'm happy when you can be here. I appreciate you. For some reason, you know who's been truant? Freaking Streamlabs. I went to go check on it. I'm like, are you on? Are you on? Oh, now it's on. For some reason it was off. No, turn on. Okay. Because, yeah, every time I tried to do my commands, so let me try and do one of them, it kept being like, no. Ah, there we go. Good job, Streamlabs. Well done, well done. Okay, it's good now. Okay. I mean, the only problem is, like, if I go to another playlist, which will happen, this is a short playlist, once we go to another playlist, it's gonna be a totally different music sound, so that's fun. Oh yeah, so also I better put this up. I do have some boba today. So if you hear me slurping, that's why. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Are picking right back off from where we left our character. So if you don't know about my comic, just doing like a subtle like plug here. Love the 13 OC. I know I'm feeling nostalgic for old games, and I may that's just maybe what I gab about all day today. But yeah, if you're not caught up on the comic RE Witchblade, it is on my webtoons. It is on my webtoons, so you know, go check that out, because this sketching is picking up right where we left off. Also, if you haven't been to a sketching stream before, anyone who's a new follower and maybe popping in, if you haven't caught a sketch stream before, it's kind of chill. Like, no page really gets completed. We're just here kind of like talking and talking about games usually, sometimes the comics, sometimes the show I went to this weekend, which I will talk about that a little bit. I had some issues come up though with myself, so it'll be interesting. oh, thank you, Sarah. Yes, and the if you want to just outright buy the comics, I have all 6, but I never want to make anyone feel like they need to buy it. But there's 6 printed, and you do directly support the artist that way, which is moi. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I had the migraine of the year. So like, I didn't have any like sinus issues this time, right? Which is what had been happening like every other week. But instead, what I had going on instead was the migraine of the century, which is great. So what's going on with me is that they just ended my trial period for the second medication that worked really well for me, and it's still kind of within its newer phase, so it's gonna be a while before it gets approved. A beta blocker. I don't know if that's what I'm on now, but yeah, so with my new neurologist, we were trying to figure out what we could do instead for when this inevitably happened, which it happened. So what I'm on right now is like a nortriptyline, but I don't know if it's doing anything yet. Because I just, like I said, I'm still taking it, it's just I'm off my other one, and then like this like weather pressure came along, this like giant weather system came along, and then like just completely knocked me out for 2 days. Which I hadn't had a multi-day migraine since I had been on the other medication that I can't have anymore. So, yeah. It's gonna be real interesting. I don't know how to describe it other than like my body felt like it was kind of like curling in on itself mentally. Yeah, VOD watchers, just skip the medical time. But yeah, I felt like my body was like curling in on itself, and it's called serotonin syndrome. It's bad. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for giving me a name for it. But yeah, basically told all my later doctors that, and they're like, oh yeah, that's an allergic reaction. Don't take that again. And I'm like, thank you for backing me up. But unfortunately, so anyway, about my comic, this is Blake waking up from at the end of the last episode. So I kind of want to do like a close up, then like pull back, and then like you see what's around him. I think this should be really cool. I kind of don't want his arms that far out though. we're gonna do a little bit of editing. But yeah, if for some reason, like, and if for some reason, like, I'm a little less reliable with my schedules and migraines and whatnot, that might be the reason. Saren and my other Mon Hexiodon are very aware of this, because y'all were here since before I had good medication. So, so yeah, that may be a factor now that I will have to consider with all my things and all my things that I've scheduled, and it's goofy, man. It's so goofy. But yeah, if I stay on schedule, it should be coming out in August. So that should be fun. But yeah, this weekend I was at DegaCom, which kind of, I kept saying it was a new convention, but apparently it's not. They just took a break for a couple years, and then the city decided to like try and bring it back this year. I kind of got a bit more background once I was there, and I was like, oh, okay. But like the guy trying to schedule it, he's from there, and he kind of had to work with people who didn't really know anything about Comic-Cons, and so they didn't get a chance to do as much like advertising as probably they wanted to or needed to. So I mean, kind of getting to hear that side of it, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But it ended up being pretty good for what I was able to be there for. The first day was the Friday was really quiet. There wasn't really too many people that came by, but it was nice to see quite a few people that I have seen over the past year and a half. That I've met at other comic conventions and whatnot, and then a couple new people too. And that's always nice to get to visit a little bit. You know, of course, obviously we all want to sell, but you know, the Friday was kind of long, and there weren't too many people there. But you know, Saturday I feel like it made up for it. I was not able to go the first half of the day because I was at an audition, which it's for Renfest, but I don't want to give too much info because once again I want to keep that a little more private. But I did go to a audition for Renfest to where I can act again, so we'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed. And then so then I got there, and I was there for a while, and it was really good. I met a lot of people that day. But then at around maybe like 2 o'clock, my migraine was like insane. It was just like, it felt like something was sitting on my head. And like, I used to describe it as like elephants sitting on my head. So I definitely had the sitting elephant feeling. He said it was very important, and he needed to leave me immediately, so I let him go. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So, I kind of have like a pain test where like, if the pain is so bad that when I get up and I feel nauseous, I'm like, I can't work. I just literally cannot work. Then, so that's how I was feeling on Sunday. And I got up and I tried to like steam my face. It's just, I'm joking, but it's like, you know, you kind of make a hot towel and then you put it over your face and hopefully you're like you know, things will start to move around, clear up, or spray the stuff up your nose, make sure it's like, it's not a sinus thing, make sure it's just like an actual migraine. So, yeah, it wasn't, I mean, boils herself alive to cure headache. I mean, I feel like that's probably what I would resort to if I lived in ye olden times. I would be that guy that's like, I'm gonna go see my local head driller because that's how much pain I was in. I was like, oh god, it's so bad. Like, if only I could have my local head driller just drill in my head a little bit, I'd feel a little... I'd feel a little better. I do have a little bit of a problem with I kind of want the viewpoint to be up ahead. No, this is too much. Put you here. Put you here. I mean, it's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to, like, just give me an idea. So yeah, but yeah, anyone I met there and anyone who stopped by, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed meeting you or seeing you again at Dagacom. I just, like I said, on Sunday, if I said I was gonna be there, I'm sorry. I really wanted to, but I was feeling awful. I was like I said, I was considering seeing my my local head driller. Just, you know, just aerate some of that out. Yeah, I know. I just feel so bad because, you know, I sign up for these things and, you know, you kind of have to wait a while for them to come to fruition, and then if the day of you're feeling like trash, it's just, I don't know, it just sucks. Yeah. So I enjoyed it, and I didn't, like I said, the other thing I was kind of disappointed, I didn't get a chance to do like a real like look at like all the artists there. I just kind of did a quick one, and then I felt really awful because I was like, oh, maybe I could walk around a little bit, and then like I just started feeling so sick. So like I said, I only got a couple things. It was all right. So we got Blake. He's going to be sitting on the sofa from the very uncomfortable looking sofa from last time. He's like kind of getting up. I feel like, would Hirschwin like try and put a pillow to support his neck? I feel like that's something Hirschwin would do. He'd be like, you know, he'd see him. He looks kind of crunched. He's like, you know what? Maybe he needs a. I'm gonna put like a little sad looking throw pillow. He's like, just, you know, he looks kind of uncomfortable, so like throw a little throw pillow. So yeah, so this week I'm trying to, you know, make sure I get all the things that I'd been putting off done. I want to try and schedule some days to go do some like visits to comic book stores around town, around Houston. Because the past couple of shows I've had people tell me like, hey, you should check out this place. They may display your art there, and like, you should check out this place. They may display your art there. And I'm like, I really need to make time to do some footwork because I haven't, and I would love for more people to see my work. So I really need to go ahead and do that. So I need to schedule a day, maybe send some emails just to make sure it's okay, and I'm not like rolling up on them like, Hey there, I heard I heard you may want to display my comic. So, I have to plan a day for that. So I'm gonna use this week and part of next week to do that. Also, to restock, some cool news I got as well, today is that the notepads will be coming in this week. I'm so excited because like I said, I wanted to pivot to like notepads instead of the washi tape, and so I'm hoping it goes well because and then if the notepads go well, I kind of have 2 more designs in mind, one of which being the the luck. So I've been there's this kind of like inside joke character that I've had from one of my old jobs. I'll explain the joke in a second, but it's called the luckfish. And the luckfish is supposed to like randomly appear in the background of things, and it's supposedly good luck. I've just deemed it good luck. Sketchbooks would be, oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. It's just everyone's been doing sticker books, and I was like, yeah, sticker books are cool, but I don't want to do what everyone else is doing, like sticker book. But I haven't seen as many sketchbooks recently. That's a good idea, Saren. Okay, yeah, that could be fun. Yeah, like a mini sketchbook. And especially if it's more a carrying one, because, you know, people can get a good priced big one for, like, you know, at their local art store. But those mini ones that you can carry around, almost like those moleskin books, those would be nice to get made. Yeah. A little designy moment. Man, these stripes are gonna be the death of me. Why in the world did I have to give Hirschwin a striped couch? Oh, it'll be so dapper, I said. Hoo hoo hoo, wouldn't that be nice? A striped couch. So anyway, yeah, that'd be really neat. So I'm planning on putting Luckfish as like the kind of next mascot that I'm gonna start introducing and things. He's kind of in the background of some of the zines too. Yeah, so let me explain the inside joke of the Luckfish. So when I was working my first t-shirt job, a lot of the requests that would come in for me to like draw or create shirts for were for like fishing tournaments and fishing sort of businesses, and so they wanted me to draw fish. And of the fish that were to be drawn, my boss particularly wanted me to draw like a bunch of redfish. And if you don't know what a redfish is, if you're not familiar with fish, you may think like I originally did, that it's like, what do you mean draw a redfish? Like, fish is red, that makes it redfish, right? No, that is not right. Which I found out very quickly. So the redfish is like this certain type of fish that has like, it's right at the top, but it has like a certain kind of dot on its tail and certain coloring. It's not literally a redfish like I originally assumed. And so I had to draw so many of these durnfish that I got very good at drawing fish. And there was one redfish in particular that it was like someone was like pulling it out of the water. Something like that. They were like reeling it out of the water, and it kind of like came up like, oh, like I'm being pulled from the water. And so I kind of drew like, I was so tired of drawing redfish, I drew like this kind of like derpy version of the redfish, and I'll draw like a quick version of it. Just like this derpy version of it where he's like, I'm alive, I'm born, and then he kind of, his little mouth, and he's coming up from the water, and it's almost like a blobfish, but he wasn't severely, like, his veins aren't severely ruptured. This is just me, like, being tired of drawing redfish. And then it was like, the little tail at the end, make sure I draw the stupid dot. And and so, like I said, it was an inside joke between my friends and I for a while, because I would randomly put the redfish in things, and, like, say if we played, like, Jackbox, the redfish would show up. And, yeah. And then I started calling the redfish the luckfish, because if you noticed the luckfish, good luck would be upon you, obviously. It's not a redfish, it's definitely a fish of luck. Very lucky fish to find. And that's it. That's really all. That's all the story of the redfish. It was just me being tired of drawing a redfish, and I just drew the, like, quickest, derpiest version of the redfish I could think of. So, oh, I never told you the full story? Oh no, I'm sorry. I guess I only, like, vaguely alluded to it. But yeah, the luckfish is actually a redfish. But yeah, now you know the story of the luckfish and why it's so lucky to find in your drawing. So yeah, so luckfish is kind of like the next mascot I want to, like, start putting on things. Now that you know the backstory of it, like, I guess if you get something with the luckfish and you heard the backstory, then you'll be in on the joke too. But yeah, if everyone who is here now has read the last episode, which you should have, yeah, Mr. Hirschwin freaking healed Blake's hands, and so now his hands are no longer injured. Which, you know, in the last episode as well, our other two characters were like, yeah, we don't heal things, like, there's no way to do that. So in their mind, there's no way to do that, but here comes Mr. Hirschwin all of a sudden healing things. So yeah, that's the reason why it gets revealed in this episode. And so that's why we're, like, you know, we're kind of focusing in on those hands, like, yeah, look how nice and healed they are. Wonder what that's about. So yeah, I'm excited. As I was writing Chapter 7, I was most excited for that reveal. I was like, you guys, I can't wait till you see the end. It's gonna be so good. YouTube, I guess, was kind of, like, aware that I was feeling nostalgic for my old games thanks to Kirby's Air Ride, and so then, like, they randomly started playing, like, the whole 358/2 Kingdom Hearts music, and I forgot, like, even though, like, the DS crushes the heck out of the music is so good in that game too. It's like, I like the story of 358/2 out of all the Kingdom Hearts stories, but, like, on top of that, like, the music's so good too, and I'm like, why are you trying to make me cry? And so, like, all while I was doing, like, the past 3 pages of this comic, it was literally, like, 358/2 music. So I'm just like, I feel like the drawings for, like, the pages before this are gonna be heavily inspired by, like, Kingdom Hearts nostalgia. It's so MIDI, but in a charming way. Yeah. It's comfy hearing it in MIDI, but, like, also, I don't know why, but I think I'd only heard the Dearly Beloved in, like, the cleaned up version. And so I just recently heard the rest of the soundtrack in, like, the cleaned up non-MIDI version. I'm like, holy crap, this soundtrack's so good. which all the more if there is any Kingdom Hearts title that needs a remake, that one. It has the best story. Please. I don't want to drive Roxas who handles like a truck nowadays. I want to feel the pain again in HD. I know. I mean, speaking of Kingdom Hearts, I started finally hearing more news about the new multiplayer for phone. And, I'm just wondering, like, how viable it's gonna be to play, because it seems like the people who are beta testing it are like, yeah, I need to have this extra piece that comes on my phone. Like, I need to have this extra piece attached to my phone to play it. And, like, I still really want to play it. Do I really need to buy this extra piece? Because, you know, apparently it plays like an actual Kingdom Hearts game. It's not gonna be like the, like, tap, you know, like the last game you just tap a lot. You need a controller for it. Yeah, see? And so I'm wondering if, like, you're gonna be able to cast or something. Cast to the TV, because, like, I don't know, doing all that on the phone. Yeah, put it on the put it on the Switch, you know? I don't see what's... Switch, you know, is known for, like, carrying titles that are usually phone games. I think it'd be perfect on the Switch. And it would make it easier for me to play. Personally, I really don't want to put that kind of hardware on my phone. Unless I have to, which I will. And then I'll probably be like... I'll probably, like, miss too many weeks of, like, whatever update and then be too far behind to catch up and, you know, the usual. I think that's, to me, with a lot of these companies, that's what's the most annoying right now. They, like, keep saying, like, oh yeah, we have it, and then, like, they don't have it until later. Just, like, be forthright. Like, be like, hey, we don't have it right now, okay? Stop being like, well, we have the button. The button's right there, and we'll have it soon. I was just like, guys, like, just tell us you don't have it. It's fine. Don't lie about having it. So after I do finish Mother 3, I will actually be playing Thousand Year Door, the remake, with my old guidebook to see how much they kept. So, I think we still have quite a bit of Mother 3, though. Because I think it's at least a, like, 27-part game, you know? It's like one of those, and, like, I only stream gaming, like, once a week, if once a week, so... Sorry it's slow going, but, I am primarily an art channel. I'm not really a gaming channel, so... I play when I can. But that'll be fun to share, especially since I always say that's, like, one of my favorite games that I see through great big nostalgia glasses. It's such a good game, guys, I promise. It's the best game ever. I think even with nostalgia glasses, I will still probably think it's one of the best games ever. I was already pleasantly surprised seeing the trailer, and then the fact that one of the things I always, like, I complained about with the newer Paper Marios was that Mario lost his voice box. They gave him his voice box back for this remake, so I was like, yes! Voice box back! I'll be totally honest, I replayed Thousand Year Door recently and didn't like it. Oh no. Oh no, you shot me in the heart. Ah! I'm dead. I'm dying. Well, Did you at least still like Super Paper Mario? As I'm bleeding out on the ground. So, did you at least like Super Paper Mario? I do like Color Splash. I didn't play Color Splash. I heard good things about it. I just, I forgot what I was playing at the time. Was I playing Dragon's Dogma at the time? Is the question. Was it during that era? I was like, I'm only playing X-Bone games. The wind is pushing me. Yeah. Here's the thing though. As I know my love for Thousand Year Door is really like coated in nostalgia. So I'm not one of those people that are like, how dare you not like my favorite game? Your opinion is wrong. You know, I'm never gonna be like that. I get it. But also, I love that game so much. And like I said, when I start gabbing on about it, whenever we do get to play it, I may not shut up. Just, you know, just fair warning. I may not shut I may not shut up. So just, you know, fair warning. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Like I said, in the eyes of someone who absolutely has hard eyes for this game, she will not shut up about it. Excited to see me excited. Thank you. I shall be sure to pass on that joy to you. And if you watch me play Thousand Year Door, you will love it too. Or I will be like, oh god, this okay, like calling it for whenever this does happen, however many months later. If I say, oh god, the backtracking is worse than I thought, then I will let you say I told you so. But yeah, Monkey Ball. I spent way too much time playing Monkey Ball. Because, you know, some of those stages, you would get, I don't know, they'd all be like their own kind of difficult. But sometimes, like, I don't know, you would get the perfect angle. And, like a harder level would be super easy and you're like, ah, yeah, I feel so cool. Gamer, look at this gamer here. You'd be so proud of yourself. And then, like, the next stage, it's like, I've been here for 50 days. And I still can't get the monkey to the I've been here for 500 days and the monkey still won't go in the monkey goal. I swear, I think in the original, I just didn't get past a certain point. I don't... There's a certain one, like, I know I got to the stage, like, right after Magma, and then the game killed me. I was just like, I can't get any farther than this. Stupid Dr. Monkey 1, whatever his name is. I just remember, there was, in the speedrunning community, there was this, this really good speedrunner who was, like, swore by using baby. I can't think of his name right now, but he swore by using baby, the baby monkey. And, like, all his, like, high scores were like, baby is best. Only use baby. Gon is the worst. And I was like, yeah, that's the one I used. I used the best one. Actually, I think I liked using II the best, but like, yeah, baby would literally like fly over everything. fly over everything, which sometimes for me wasn't a good thing, because since I didn't have a lot of control over my monkeys, I kind of needed that extra control for my eye. But Gongon, yeah, I can agree with him. Like, Gongon, Gongon's trash. Sorry, Gongon. There's probably some stages where he's like a lot better to use than Baby, but but yeah, Baby best. Okay, I think this is fine. I mean, his shirt looks a little on the tight side, but I'll keep it for now. I probably will be really annoyed with myself later. But I want to get... I know this panel's gonna take the longest because it shows some of the background, so like the actual room that he's in, and yeah. But yeah, there's like some DC stuff I forgot too, like comic book wise. Like I was trying to tell someone about my favorite like comic book arc, which was Justice League Beyond. And so they're like, yeah, like they wanted to hear about it, and I couldn't remember anything. It had been so long, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. All I can really remember is that like it's like Terry from Batman Beyond. He's kind of like the leader of this new Justice League, and then it's a bunch of other like a different like Green Lantern and a different just like different versions of like the normal guys, but like, you know, one is an Amazon, but she's been featured somewhere else before, but they have her as like the same age as like Terry and all them. And then the older ones do come back, but it's like, you know, Batman Beyond Batman, and then like older Superman and older Wonder Woman. And it's really cool. But now I don't remember what happens. And I feel so bad because like I said, it was one of my favorite like side comic book arcs. Okay, I don't want the hand like this, so I'm just gonna do like a basic box shape, and then I'll figure out what I want to do with the fingers later. What are we doing with the fingers, y'all? Fingers. I got a tutorial on a great way to do fingers, and I'll have to look at it again, but the best advice I got from that, and it has been helping me not to fear drawing fingers as much, which I had gotten better at it, but like this kind of advice has really helped me feel a little more confident drawing fingers in general. But the advice that I was given, let me just take this body model off, was if you're drawing the outside of the hand, because I'd been kind of doing the oven mitt thing anyway, which is the first thing they kind of suggested, but if you're doing the outside of the hand, like break it up into like 2 parts, I think. Okay, see, now I'm forgetting. No. Wait, let me just double check. Me trying to say, yeah, I found out something. Okay, yes. If it's the outside of the hand, break it up into 2 parts when you're doing like the blocking. And then if you're doing the inside of the hand, break it up into 3 parts. And then it'll look closer to like inner, outer, like part of the hand. And then you'll put in the fingers later. I know. Normally when I'm like, okay, I'm about to tell someone something, I guess my brain gets nervous and then I forget. Which is why I never say I'm sure about anything anymore, because I get too nervous and I forget. But yeah, okay, so for real though, but like the best advice I got from it was like, when you're blocking the inner part of the hand, break it up into 3 pieces, and then when you're blocking out the outer part, break it up into 2 pieces, because that's how your hand looks like when it folds, right? So I thought that was really cool, and like you can even tell from this like stupid block drawing that like this looks like the outside of the hand and this looks like the front, you know, your hand curving inward. So I just thought that was really cool and really good advice. Okay, so I'm gonna erase these sketch hands here. So yeah, first one has these really cool like half panel walls. So we'll be doing that. Well, actually that's not where it would be, would it? It's like, actually... Excuse me while I erase everything. No, I do have to make sure it's at the right angle though. Alright, time to pull out the reference image, which is, I think, this one? No. Oh yeah, it is this one. Silly me. Not using an actual striped sofa as reference. So, yeah, it actually isn't this high. Okay, I think I'm gonna have his hand reaching downward to where the WitchBlade is. I'm just making sure that I didn't put it in his, like... Cause that'd be annoying if in the last episode I put it in a different pocket and it's like visible. Okay. Like double checking. I didn't put it... Did I put it here? No. Okay, good. Just making sure there's like... it's not obviously somewhere else. Yeah, there, and then... Okay, yeah, I think I'm clear to put it in whatever pocket I like. So silly, but, like, you know, I don't want to have things inconsistent, so as, like, consistent as I can keep them. I'm really trying for that. So we have the cushion, we have the second part of the bottom part of the cushion, and then the little decorative part that, because of this angle, you won't see as well. You kind of see it. Why I decided to draw this like a wild perspective, but I think this isn't too bad. And then I'll say later, once everything is like off kilter, why did I do it like this? What was I thinking? Woof woof. Okay. So yeah, the next show I'm gonna be at, if you haven't heard already, but I'm sure I've been saying it for a while now, but if you haven't, I will be at Comic Palooza, which is one of the biggest comic conventions in Houston. So I'm excited. A lot of people I've met over this year have said they're gonna be there, so it's just, there's gonna be like so many people there, I don't even know if I'll see everyone. So fingers crossed though that we all do well, you know. It's like fingers crossed I don't get to see you because we're doing so well. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So I gotta make sure I'm prepared. Like I said, I'll have hopefully not hopefully, I will have the notepads by then, so that'd be cool. I have all my episode 1s ready. Ready and waiting. And they all have the... everything has the logo, like the same logo now, so I will have no more logo confusion. Thank goodness. It was driving me crazy. Because I was like, you know... at first I kept the old logo on just the first one because I was like, oh, you know, it'd be nice to see what the old logo so people can see what the old logo used to look like. And then I quickly realized that was not a good idea. And so, yeah, as soon as I was like, as soon as I'm able to order new ones, I'm changing this logo out, which is what I did. That's my next goal. So for this comic, like every comic, I kind of have a goal of things that I want to work on. If there's things I've been like avoiding, like design-wise. So yeah, my goal for this issue is interesting angles and wrinkles, like wrinkles in clothing, I guess. Wrinkles and puffiness in clothing. So we shall see how that goes. Okay. Still working on the body here. Like I haven't even done the background yet. Just make sure here. Okay, so yeah, he's sitting up. Faceless. Similar as possible. I know it's not going to be perfect though. Try and put I think the good thing about the lines though, as much as I'm like, why did I put lines on this, is it kind of implies the shape of the sofa without me having to do as much work to imply the shape, you know? One here. They kind of match up though, don't they? Ah, bah humbug. Okay. Fine. Like, it's not perfect, but yeah, it does match up a little bit. There's also like a little design down here. I guess. Do I want to keep the design? Yeah, I guess I do. you can't have nice woodworking without a little design feature here, so we're gonna sketch it in. Okay, not to try and draw the room itself. So we know the sofa's flush against the wall. So I guess we're drawing at like this angle, and I may end up using like a ruler to make sure that's all properly like put together. That's why I said this panel would take the longest, because anything that requires doing perspective is going to take a while. And like I said, since I'm not using proper rulers, I may end up having to use the proper rulers after all. Since I'm not using the proper rulers, I may draw something and then end up seeing that it's not in the right spot, so. But yeah, I may find myself in a situation where I'm like, yeah, this doesn't look right. And they do have really nice ruler tools in here, but sometimes I'm a little pig-headed and I like to try and test my abilities. Let's see if I could draw something without reference. I know, a fool's errand, but it's fun to try and see how it looks, and then I will probably end up having to fix it, but just think of how proud I will be of myself if I do it correctly. Actually, I want like the kind of like more furrowed eyebrows. Where do I want his eyes? I'm not really sure, actually. Yeah, this playlist is all like video game music, and the person who put it together was like, this is all to them space music, so spacey type music. I think it's pretty neat. From what I heard so far. I think I heard about half of it and then I was like, yeah, good. Guess we'll have him a little like doe-eyed here, where he's like, it gives off this like confused look by have him a little cross-eyed here. I kind of did want to mimic that, where kind of like this reference image, there's like a candle sconce on the wall. And I wasn't able to show that in the last episode, but like, honestly, I want to do like a little candle sconce situation, like, right? Just make sure it wouldn't have been seen in the last shot. Yeah, it wouldn't have been seen, so yeah, we are free to put our little candle sconce here. This table's gonna probably be my worst nightmare, because, like, even last episode when I added it in, I was like, yeah, this will be fine, and then, like, every shot it's in, it looks awful. And I also want, like, a stool nearby, too. So, like, this stool that's in the background will have been moved. So, no, maybe the solution to my problem is get this table out of here. This table was moved, and then a stool is there instead, you know? Here? I wonder if I have a table for this, like, kind of situation. Or I could just use these, like, boxes I downloaded. Honestly. One boxes versus 2 boxes versus 3 boxes. Like, I don't really have we have a round chair. Give me an idea of maybe where I want to put this thing. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that seems correct. Right? Yeah, that seems correct. See, sometimes things are, you know, things like this are good, just to give myself a idea of what it could look like. But see, this seems like a better one for the table than for the stool that I was talking about. It's like maybe the table's kind of been moved out of the way here, like here. Now it doesn't look right. Alright, let me just draw this and then I'll see if I like it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's draw it and see if I like it. And then if I don't like it, then we'll probably have to go back to the drawing board. Okay, so this looks like more would be the size of the stool I have in the background, so we're gonna just go with that. We're gonna say it's that stool that's in the background of the last episode, and that it's been kind of like moved. Got 2 layers though. I think it's almost time for me to end the stream because I'm hearing my puppy say, hey, you need to get out of there right now. I said so. Okay, yeah, this looks closer to the stool. Like the size of the stool would be, so I think that's what we're gonna go with. And then I'll figure out where I want to put the blessed tables. Somewhere nearby. Not sure where yet, but we'll put it somewhere. But yeah, there was a reference image. I haven't downloaded it yet, but it was it's one I kind of have on my tabs that I'll download. And it just, when it comes to lighting, I really want to use that as reference because I think it would look really cool for this section to have that very shadowed looking lighting. Actually all together. It's not broken up. And just like a little notch in there. Not super notched. Kind of curved legs here. I'm not sure if I want to give it like a lion's foot situation yet, or if I should just keep it like sort of curved at the end. It's like normally when you would see these stylized stools, they'd kind of have the lion's foot at the end. I'm trying to decide if that's what I want to do here or no. Oh, this makes sense. This makes sense for a space playlist. Yeah, I think I probably will turn it into a lion's foot. Give it a neat little character. A stool with a bit of character. But yeah, that's what I'm kind of going for in Hirschwind's house. Just like all the furniture has a bit of like antiqueness and a bit of character to it. This is also gonna have like the patterned look. Now, I guess last but not least, I guess I should put the table somewhere. Where? I don't know yet. I mean, it will have... I'm gonna say it's been moved. To where, though? Maybe the edge. Just keep moving it to the edge of the camera. Yes, it's been moved here. I think this is a good spot for it, right? So we'll just end up moving the table here with its kind of like lace display. So it might be under the couch shadow. And there we go. Now the room kind of has like a funky little perspective going on. Okay. That's it. Wow. Kind of a fun 3 panels. So anyway, yeah. If you joined today, thanks for joining my sketching stream. This is what we kind of finished up with. Kind of fun 3 panels. So next time I stream will be on Friday. Same time. We'll be doing some more gaming, Mother 3, and then the next time I stream art will be next Wednesday. And I will probably have to move my gaming stream, but we'll talk about that on Friday. But anyway, as usual, thanks for joining, and hopefully I will see you next time. Alright. Bye!